it's 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 a this. I don't lie. The one thing for me is always and forever will be weird, just because it's like the recognition is cool. Maybe because I'm not. I don't think because I'm an artist. I understand it to that extent. You know, it's like. It's nice to watch. Nice to see people win. Like it's nice. The recognition is nice.
Yeah. No.
Winning
I
else.
don't
Yeah.
dispute the awards. It's just like you can see, Uti, like this thing is.
It's different elements, bro. It's like it should essentially should be one thing.
It's not inclusive. Like everything that we do should be inclusive. Don't you?
Yeah,
agree?
that's something. It's not. It's not.
It's like everything that we do.
It's separate.
Some people need to be cut out. Like shut out.
And I don't think, like, it goes back to this thing of what I was saying. I always cry with like, it's like people like young artists or like creators or whatever. Actually, as a color, it's like, yo, it's so hard to get into the industry. You just this and that's it's a win. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But because the industry is so small, and I think we're now kind of trying to understand it and trying to make money from it. It's so small that I want to who have been doing it for 10 years are the ones controlling the scene. It's not like Joburg where it's like 10,000 scenes and 10,000 different people. You can do different things. It's when it's really, really small. It's a monopoly and a type of thing.
Yeah.
So if you ain't cool with so and so or ABC, you know, it's tricky, you know. And the thing is, when you get into it, it's like I fought so long to be here. It's hard for you to go back and say, yo, let me bring someone that's
let me
new,
open
you know,
up.
because you're still trying to like get as much as you can from that space. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like I wouldn't even care, but it's that, which is why when I was doing on my campus shows, my thing was to always create. My thing is we need to cross pollinate in a way, like to kind of connect. So the people that are buying your music and going to your shows should be able to have access to you to some extent. You understand?
Yeah.
You shouldn't be that far away for them. You know what I'm saying? Which is why when I was still at Ripple, I think 2015, 2016, I used to throw these campus shows where we would have the Caspers on the campus, the Tejos, the Nadias, the Stilos, the Malums, all these guys on campus because, one, these are the kids that buy your music, they go to your shows. I want, like, Kuning, I never told, there's a kid from Mbumbul, I think, who came to me and was like, yo, I never thought in my life I'd get to see a Casper on my campus. This is something else, you know. It's those type of experiences and interactions that are so key that I wish that we'd all kind of connect, but you can't, you know. You just need to control it in a way, or like kind of. We need to just kind of understand how to kind of move in the industry and how it grows, because there's a lot of really dope kids that are really doing dope things, but it's like it gets overshadowed by the small.
But you're right when you say it's a gulingane. That's true, but like about banning, you know. So like with that being said, and Itegu, you can't just look at Itegu Pela.
Yeah. Let's look at the outskirts as well.
Look at KZN as a whole. Like KZN is one of the biggest provinces in SA.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you look that far as an artist and you obviously try and cultivate an audience, just not just here but also outside of Durban. For me, I can argue and say this place is very big. So as far as also this is another thing. This is another side, because like there's two sides to this whole thing. It's like the other side of it. You can look at it like how I'm saying. Look at the whole of KZN.
Yeah.
You know, try and tap into those spaces, because now it's not like I get the campuses. You know, we can do that. There's schools, high schools. I've seen Honesty hitting up high school activations and stuff like that, because most of the music is consumed by teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, especially now with the Qom and piano waves, that's consumed predominantly by teenagers. So, I mean, if you look outside of KZN, that means the number of people is like very much bigger. So, as far as gatekeepers are concerned, there's no need for that. I think
there's different. I think I'm looking at it from like what the industry that I'm in is like a dot compared to what's going on, because it's like literally just like a blimp. It's like a
Yeah.
dot. Because when you look at it, at Bay, they got their own vibe going on, like Richards Bay or Stenga. Like it's like different energies. Like at Bay, above it, so,
But they all look to here, bro. Like
but you have to look at somewhere.
everything that you do over there, you eventually want to take it here, or you want to be here.
It's like people that want to go to America.
That's
You
true.
have to look at it in that sense. There has to be something you aspire to do or see. But it's like I love the outskirts of it, like the industry, the entertainment scene on that side. It's amazing. Like Moya Wakona is really really dope. I will go Lund, Pangeni, Stanga, Richards Bay, Nambi. It's like got really crazy energy. Like people still a lot of money, but still just have a good ass time.
Yeah.
Like they have it's really dope. Like what I'm saying, when I said taking a bush, it's like a blimp compared to,
we're busy fighting over one small pie when there's like
there's a lot to do. There's a lot, but I feel like that will grow eventually. Like with that one manager, I think maybe because I think I've been in the industry for like 3 years now, maybe 3, 4. This is my 4th year. Yeah, it's coming. Like there's new kids that are doing amazing events, and the older guys are seeing these type of things because of the internet. One thing is, I must say, the internet has really opened up ingqondo zabantu abaningi.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's so much going on in the world. We should be moving like this. You know what I'm saying? And people are catching up. Lockdown game because of that. I was actually telling one of my homies in Italy that we're talking about, because we're trying to open up a store in next year. We're just looking at how like people consume sneaker information, like information about sneakers.
Yeah.
Before it was like, okay, cool, shop, whatever you win. Now people are actually paying attention, because I'm at drops that happen in lockdown. Everyone's on the net and everyone's looking at it, everyone's seeing it. It's like I'm now happier.
There's a new culture.
Yeah, like everyone knows there's something called culture now.
Yeah.
Like there's like people are aware, and it's dope to see. Before like people was like, okay, cool, it is what it is. It's like I remember I remember what was going on. I had this argument. There was Barry was in the country before the incident. It said Barry. He was here for like the Nike drop Lvee Nkosi.
Yeah.
They did the whole like exhibition with that was one of the craziest things I've ever seen, right? And then Barry was in the country, and that was on like peak Vlon, like peak Barry. And then I remember the Sunday, the other side of Twitter, which was like, I call it Joburg Twitter, they were talking about, this show, Nike, Viva Max. Like, it was like a different type of conversation. I'm like, there's something that's going on in culture that's so big. It's South Africa.
Yeah.
But you guys are focused on...
It still does, man. It still does. Like, let me tell you something odd. It not only happens only on social media, like Twitter, but it also happens in traditional media. Like where we consume the culture as the public. The focus could be on something totally irrelevant.
Yeah, we miss moments in history. Like there's a lot of stuff that we've missed. I'm just like, there's a lot of things that people miss and never catch on to. And it's like you can't all get that information, but it's like it's there. The people who should be giving us information should be giving us that as well. It might not be relevant to maybe 90% of the population, but there's a 10% who wants to hear about it.
Yeah, and not only that, but like that 10% are the people they make up 90% of the population that participates in what we call the culture.
Yeah.
So I mean,
which is always like a tricky thing when people's like, people just like, what is the culture? What is culture? You can never answer
culture.
That.
Like I explain it. I call it. Well, everyone does. I think it's popular culture, whatever is popular. Obviously, that stems from music, fashion. What else? What else was popular? Art, contemporary art, dance. That's popular. That's what makes up the culture.
Yeah.
So, if you put all those things together, then you get what we call the culture, which is now that means different people participating in different spheres, but also their energies are driving towards one thing.
For like the longest time, culture was seen like such a such a closed off thing, where it's like only a few understand. It's like people always, I remember I was saying something online, people always say like you guys need to stop when something is not, when people don't like something, they always throw it, you guys just don't understand.
So we leave it at that.
Yeah, people just always like, yo,
we don't want to explain.
You don't understand. Like I'm like, yo, but explain. Like, culture is that we should be explaining why we like something or why we feel. I feel like I just don't like not sharing information for me.
Yeah.
Like
it's absolutely important.
It is. It's like Wozniak Steve showed us the internet and how to like to use it. And then when it comes to music, when you had Sean Parker with Napster, he was just like, yo, just give this thing out for free, But no one understood the internet at that time. They gave us the information how it's like,
Yeah.
So we should be sharing that with everyone else. And it's like, when you know how to do something, you should be able to teach 10 other people. You know? Because someone has to surpass you. I think the issue that most people have is the fear of being like passed by umuntu.
Yeah. Having somebody do better than you did in something.
It's like what like 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, what was dope, there has to be someone, it has to evolve. In order for us to grow, we have to evolve. And the fear of people being surpassed by someone, I just don't understand it. It should be like that. That's how it is. It's like it should be growing.
With everything in life, or not Lvee, is that like if you look at everything at Sensei right now, if it was done 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we'd do it in a fraction of the time it used to take back then.
Yeah, that's true.
So now, imagine if those guys who did it back then get mad at how quick it's being done now. Then it's stupid. It's stupid.
It is. It's like I always go back to this thing because I watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, right? And then Virgil always speaks on a Renaissance era where it's like we can be multidisciplined. You know what I'm saying? You're a doctor, right?
Nah, I'm a clinical technologist.
You're a clinical, exactly. But you still do podcasts, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can do multiple things at once. You don't have to be stuck in a box of doing one thing.
True.
Which is amazing. Where it's like, it's the thing I've been trying to explain to my parents for like maybe 4 or 5 years now. The same argument that got me kicked out of the house was like, I can do 2, 3, 4, 6 projects at once. It doesn't take away from what the main thing is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And in any case, like, let me just, since you brought up this, see, for me, it's like, why should I be labeled? Why should I carry a label for the rest of my life that's going to limit me? Because a label is limiting. So if I just call myself a clinical technologist, that means I can't podcast because people are going to ask, why is he podcasting? Because it's not a podcast.
Exactly.
So like in life, you should not limit yourself. And we've been conditioned by the way we grew up and the way we live here, that you must focus on one thing. That's not the case, because clearly right now, I'll tell you for a fact, like I'm a clinical technologist. I practice full time, but the money that I make from there is not honestly enough to sustain my whole entire
the things
existence.
that you want to do.
Just my entire existence. It's not enough. So hence, I have to do other things. And mind you, to be honest, clinical technology is not something I grew up being passionate about and saying, I want to be a clinic. It's purely a means to put bread on the table and make life go on.
It's to fund the dream.
Exactly.
In a way. Yeah,
exactly. I have other things that I love that I want to do. I want to dedicate my time in. So clinical technology just affords me the ability to do those things. If you say, I must focus on clinical technology and forget about this, then I'll be miserable.
It's this thing that Abbas Albets always tell us, yo, get a job and then you'll do the Funugans. Have you heard that chat?
Yeah.
Where it's like, study this and then get a job. You'll do what you want to do. I never had that mentality. They tried to tell me at the crib. I was like, nah, I put my whole being and my whole self into what I was doing. I never wanted to do anything else but this, So when they said, like, no, fine, get a job, and then no matter what, 7 up, you can do whatever you want to do. I was like, nah. If I get here, I always felt like if I did what my parents wanted me to do, I always felt like I'll be trapped. You know, like I always like find a reason to not do learning different against. There's always a reason. Oh my God, I work a 9 to 5. Yo, I can't do this thing now, or I'm trying to design, or I'm trying to do these things. It's like, you know, I always felt trapped, which is why my parents. I actually had people always laugh when I tell them this. I actually tell my girlfriend the same thing. I was like, yo, I lived on my friend's floor because I told my parents I don't want to. They made me, like, my mom was like, choose between you do what we tell you to do, and then you do your stuff afterwards, or you do your stuff now but somewhere else. You know. So I was like, no, so let me bet on myself. I was like, actually, let me just bet on myself. I was like, no, fuck it, it's fine. You know, I left. Like I didn't speak to my parents for like a year. So it was like I was living at my friend's commune. So it was a sharing commune, yeah. So it was him and his roommate and myself. So there was 2 beds on the side, and I would sleep on the floor, and he tired. Like I think I took those big blankets of kaya, and I would sleep on the floor until a friend of mine, Aman, like got me like a blob mattress, but that blob mattress had a hole. So during the night, there was like a slow punch, so you sleep on it, and then it's so back at the end of the night. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? It was the craziest thing. Like at that time, I've been so sheltered at the crib. It was my first time being outside of that space where I had to learn how to buy groceries. I had to learn how to save money. I had to learn how to do XYZ, right? So I lived on my boy's floor for like maybe 4 months. Like I remember it was like mid-June, and at that time it was cold.
It's winter.
Yeah, that's Italian. It used to hit me here on my nose. Part of me was just like, let me go home. I was like, nah, I can't do it. You know, and then I was still working at Ripple at that time, you know, as a student brand manager. And then I moved into my own commune, right? When I moved into that commune, I got kicked out of it because I couldn't pay rent. I actually left for a gig in Joburg. Where the landlord had put his stopper, so I couldn't put my key in. I couldn't put my key in. He put his stopper. And the homie was living there, showed me how to break into that thing. I actually still can do that thing right now. My mom was hella shocked when I came back and I showed her how to think. So I came back. This bro was like, dude, just pay. Like exactly what the rent was like 3,000. I'm like, I don't have 3K. I'm living off. Yeah, bro. I was living off selling stock sometimes, or longest I stock selling. Like I don't think they know that. And it's not legal in a sense, but I had to. It's like I had a guy.
Don't incriminate yourself, bro.
It's fine. We're still
what happened to Lil Baby.
We're still family, you know. But it was like I had a guy who would buy it off me, so it was like a case of like $250, and that would keep me going for like the next couple of weeks, you know. And at that time, I wasn't hosting. I wasn't doing stuff I'm doing now. I was also trying to get in. I was trying to get my foot in.
How old are you at this time?
I was 22, 23. No, I was 22. I was 21 actually.
Youngin', bro.
I was 21. Yeah. And I think the only gig I had that kind of got my foot in the door was Good Sunday. I was doing marketing stuff for Open. So he can't.
Wait. Now, we'll come back to this point. Now, let's go back. Ne?
Yeah.
Let's go back. I want to find out who's Lvee, where were you born, and how was life growing up?
My real name, then we move
on. Small Lvee. Do you imagine we're going to when you were brave, now you're taking such bold decisions.
We skipped. My real name is Lungsan.
Okay.
But Lungsan or Uncles, but they call me Lvee. I got that name in high school.
Yeah. How did that come about?
I had a Lvee bag.
A Louis Vuitton bag.
Everyone had a book.
Was it legit or was it?
I don't know if it was legit at the time. I actually didn't know. I got it from I took it from my aunt's bag, room. I don't know if it was legit. Actually, I need to actually ask her about that. You know, because everyone had a book bag, but the book bags were ugly.
Yeah.
And I was like, these book bags are ugly. I didn't want to carry it, and it was Kanye era, pink polo with the backpack, and Kanye's like, I'm a huge Kanye fan, so I was like, and then I called Lvee, and then it went from Lvee to El Vovo because I came to a fun fair with a white blazer and Mbungul, and that was back when Tirango was still
I was still
pop,
rocking.
and you had that white blazer. I actually saw him last night. I was like, yo, actually, they started calling me you because of that,
Yeah.
And then there was that, but I literally I've been here. I moved here. I'm not sure where I moved from. My mom always tells me this weird stories.
Any siblings, bro?
Yeah, I do. Got quite a few. My dad was a Rolling Stone.
Different mums.
Nah, just two.
Oh, okay.
So, married my mom, and then just been raising me and my mom. It's just been a combo for like.
Which high school did you go to?
I went to Kloof.
Kloof
High, yeah.
Oh shit.
I was.
Well, you were the rebel there.
No. I was a prefect. People look at my character now, they think like I was like this wild. I've always been like outspoken about my things and like just who I am, but like I was a prefect and I didn't know how the hell that happened, to be quite honest. I remember I used to give kids my detention if they want to give me their lunch. I think I wanted to see how far I could push my powers. I'm that person that wants to see how far things can go, So I was a prefect. Like I played sports, I played rugby. First team in grade 10. I did all the acting stuff. I was into like drama. Like I wanted to take, like after grade 9, you can choose your subjects. I wanted to take the like drama. Like I wanted to do drama as a subject. My mom was not having it. I remember she wasn't around for the parents' evening, so she told one of her friends to go with me.
Yeah.
And then her friend was like, yo, no, his drama teacher's like, no, you should really take it. It's really good. As a subject. Nah. My mom's first question was, Cotton my ground. And at that time, this is 2009?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2009. And acting wasn't a thing. Like it was like such a foreign
especially here.
Yeah, it wasn't like
something really pass. You know
what I'm saying? We never had.
Otherwise, it was actor playhouse.
Yeah, yes, exactly. We never had no Mzansi magic. It was what you SAPC 1.
Yeah,
DSTV,
1, 2, 3,
DSTV. It was
DSTV
was
like
American channels before it came to like the South African stuff. So it was like a
even now it's much better. Like
way better.
Like if you're 12 years old, you can literally dream of being an actor.
Yeah, you can
and live in Durban.
Literally, you can. When you I wanted to be an actor as well, or like I wanted to do something in TV. I didn't know what it was. I wanted to do something in entertainment. I didn't know what it was.
But
I
knew
it was something that
that's
I like just being on stage. I like just speaking. I like you know what I'm saying. But at that time, it was like a foreign concept. Like I think Mokula. In 93 onwards, Steven Seagal, Chuck Norris, these things are like foreign concept. Yeah, like foreign concept. I think the first time I started seeing child kind of actors was EOTV, when it was still sci-fi back in the day. It was still black and white.
Yeah,
and even then it was like still a foreign concept. So when someone says to your parents, your child needs to do drama, they think, oh my God, I'm gonna Park Station.
You know what is supposed to mali?
You know what I'm saying? It's like a foreign concept, so I wanted to do those type of things. I
can imagine.
I wanted to do those.
Weren't you like hosting parties already?
Yeah, I was. Yo, how do you know about that? How do you know about that?
Because I know. Yeah, most Durban boys that grew up here and that are in the entertainment industry, they started off in high school. Parties. Like they are trace bags all the way to high school.
Threw a lot of house parties, bro. Like I threw quite a few. I think I started throwing house parties grade 10 because a homie of mine used to throw thingy. I'm a house party. He started off. A friend of mine called Milk. He started throwing like these house parties where he'd have us over during the day and whatnot. And that's when I actually started drinking alcohol. Like imagine that we're buying Jack Daniels and Jack Daniels was still cool. I remember at Pantan Checkers you'd buy a bottle of Jack Daniels and get a belt. Like these still do giveaways and like that. So he did that, and I started throwing house parties as well. I was like, my mom works. My mom travels a lot for work, right? Yeah. So it was always me and no aunt, right? I was like, no, fuck it, let's just throw a house party.
So you do the parties at home?
Yeah, at my home. Like a lot of people know my home. Like okay, like because I used to throw those parties. Bro, the neighbors are sick of me. Even till this day, like the neighbors, whenever they see more than 5 cars.
Yeah.
they panic. Yo, we threw some crazy, some really wild parties. I threw those parties. And then, hey, bro, they hate me. I think there was one party that most people remember that a few of my friends I used to always talk about was when Aluba brand at a house party. It was Smirnoff. They still had the flavored Smirnoffs.
This is in high school, bro.
Yeah, this is in high school. I forgot who I knew from.
You had sponsors.
I wasn't even sponsored. It was like they were doing like a promotion. I don't know who I knew that used to work, who was a promoter there. I forgot at that time. And I was like to him, yo, bro, I'm doing a house party. Come to the house. And they came to the house. They gave everyone shots. It was still, my flavors are Smirnoff. I don't think people know those flavors. They never blew up like that.
Yeah.
They never became a thing.
Oh, lime. I think it was lime.
Lime. This is before all pine trees. It was like bag. So they came to my house, gave everyone shots. The party just went left. I'm Patina. Highway kids. Where Kevishem was like the house party spot.
Yeah.
Or Fruity and all these guys with like different cliques. My Italian, all these other guys who thought these really crazy house. So highway kids, I started going to the club saying varsity. I didn't even go anywhere else because we always had our parties on our side. So that's
you had your own fun.
Yeah. I grew up Bad Center days.
Oh.
Bad Center. But we never went to bed. I wear pet center now and again.
I think also school kids used to do something at the bus terminals.
Dr. Cramp. That's the era I came up in. You know, and I really wish I really wish my younger brother grew up in that era. Bro, that era was for culture in Durban. It was so important because we had a space where you don't like I'm a sneaker or you sag your jeans too, motherfucker or you nick.
Yeah, too.
We never felt like that in that space. You all looked the same. You all felt like you belonged. It's Civic Center. I end of it. And cool. He saved us from a lot of things.
Shout out to OG.
That dude saved us, dog. We used to Civic Center 9 a.m. I was in the line like this to go see the shows. Oh, Bono Abdul Swetu, oh Ngondo. Like it was like a thing for us, you know. I never wanted to go to I never knew anything about the club. I just knew about that. I loved hip hop, I loved dancing, I loved clothes, you know. So we were always at those things. And then they moved to a PEV. And then it just blew up for us. It was like, yo, hip hop is actually a thing. Like it's not like I never felt weird for liking Pharrell's music or Jay-Z because there's a bunch of other kids that like it as well. And this was like peak house. You remember house was like a it was like
peak. That's Big Nas era.
That's Big Nas era. And for you to like hip hop and you being a hip hop artist wasn't a thing. Okay, was just I think Tegas was still coming in. You still had your squatter camps. You still had, but we had to Abdus. That was the guy for us.
Now L44. Big Nas,
all those guys.
I think no Tizos or no
Professor. It was that era where Manchester Satlon and Sunyak. But for us, it was like we had that thing. It was hip hop, you know. I always wanted to. I think that was my first taste of wanting to throw something like that. Wanting to throw parties. Wanting to throw things because it was like, if no one's gonna do it for us, I'd rather do it myself. Yeah, you know.
And then now you after high school. You've conquered the high school scene.
I wasn't even there. Like we threw parties, but it was like, you know, it
but
was just for my homies.
Man, I mean, for me, like I've been as a former high school kid too.
Yeah.
Like, well, and now at the point that I am, the stress of organizing something is intense, bro.
It's insane.
I mean, if you're in high school and you already incurring that stress and
it is
executing
because when you first had to think before, it was so much easier. It was like you could invite people. Well, Facebook days, like you could just but face to face, like we'd go to different high school. If you're a highway area kid, what was it? McDonald's, Pentown, that was the meeting spot. That was a spot.
The assembly point.
You know what I'm saying? Where it's like dudes used to flex on different schools. So whenever a Hilton kid showed up, the girls would always go there. Westfield, Glenwood. You know what I'm saying? It was those type of situations where it's like it was easier to invite people. And that's just, I just didn't really even think about that. It was just too much fun doing it.
Exactly. Because you don't think about when you're doing something that you like.
I actually never looked at it like that.
You don't look at it as a job. You're like,
I don't even now to this point. Like we throw really big parties. It's like, it's stressful, but it's so much fun just creating an experience, you know, where people can go and actually enjoy it. Like my favorite part is just seeing people just have fun, you know, at the events. You know, it's even when I'm hosting in the clubs, it's the best thing, you know, because I just feel like, oh shit, we've added something, to someone's life. You know what I'm saying? Where whatever memories that you and your friends make at our events, for me, that's what I care about. Where you can next year or next year or whenever, 5 years down the line, like, hey, remember we went to that thing, and there's always a story to tell. That's what I love about parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like our parents look at parties as such a bad thing, just because
they only focus on the other things that could happen at the party.
That could happen. I'm just like, it could happen anywhere. But I'm just saying, but
you don't need to be at the club to go snort cocaine.
You know what I'm saying? You can do it at your house. Like I'm saying, the memories you guys create. Like I have so many memories with so many people at the parties. That's what the most thing I like about throwing parties. Why I like it. It's the memories. You know what I'm saying? It's what you guys share and experience. That when I look at different tables, I'm just like, yo, these people are having fun. Like I know there's a story that's gonna come out from me when they leave or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For me, it was always, even when I was doing it in high school, it was that. It's like, let's create memories as my friends around music and alcohol. Nice you know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, until somebody decides to trip. Varsity.
I went to UKZN, Howard, right here. I was actually telling you, your thingy, your videographer would say I was majoring in psychology.
Shame.
My parents my mom made me take psychology. You know. Must I not say that? Tiny. All right. Let me rephrase my. I was actually telling.
Put some respect.
My apologies. I was actually telling.
Okay.
My apologies.
Okay, we salty. We getting salty.
My apologies, bro. I was actually thinking. I was telling Tiny Phillips.
Yeah.
Tiny. Award-winning.
Our producer.
Award-winning producer. My apologies. We put some respect on his name, right? I did psychology. She was like to me, no. You know when you get to varsity and it's always full, people trying to find spaces, and she's like, no. It's just take this for now, and then you can change your majors later.
And she's paying, I guess.
This goes back to my thing of saying, I've seen this thing of just do this now, you'll do this later. You know, that was my first experience of that. Psychology. My first year, 2012, I did psychology. It went grand. Okay, I did psychology that mixed it with media, I did marketing, I did management, I did all these other things that I liked. But this psychology takes up so much of your time that you have to there's a point in time where you major in 3 subjects and you have like one that you like, you know? So I did it first year, it was cool. Cool, I'm in college now. I'm excited. I'm meeting new people. I'm reconnecting with people. I actually had
that whole varsity experience.
Yeah, it was really cool. But me and my friends, I met up with 2 guys, Sean and Zol. One's working in America now. One's knee deep in stocks, you know. And we used to wear suits at school. We had a suit up Friday. Yeah. We connected via clothes, just really, really like clothes. This is Big Sean, Finally Famous, the album era. So it was the pow chains, it was the Tisa caps, it was the leather vest, it was Tigers. It was the era of Tiger with the gold chains. Yeah,
it was the white shades.
Yeah, the biggie frames.
Yeah.
But we would go to a workshop. Yeah, it was a vest. I wanted to wear a vest. I never had muscles or tattoos, but I wanted to wear a vest.
But you still rocked it anyway.
It was there was a shop to its tower, to extreme hip hop. It's like a workshop. They sell full stuff, but
inside the workshop.
No, outside. Well, just across the road, across the airport, next to a coven man where you buy. There was it was a small shop. If you were a hip hop guy, you knew that spot.
I think I used to see that.
It was really small, but when you go inside, it was insane, bro. They had the Taz Arnold caps, they had the basketball jerseys, everything. They had the POW chains. I think I had 4 chains from there. POW. And they had Supreme caps. They had everything that we wanted, you know. So me and my friends would go shop there and then come back, look fresh on campus. I think I had 20 caps. I don't know where they are now, but I had 20 caps, you know. And then we'd shop there. So and then on Friday, or during the week we'd do hip hop. Fridays we'd do suits. So like a blazer shirt, like a full. I actually must go on my old IG and I'll show you that. sorry. Wait, sorry. Hello? Hello?
This nigga. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can do the right thing. Just subscribe while Lvee is talking to his phone. Like, comment.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies. So Fridays would do suits, nah? Like really suits, like my loafers, boat shoes, and would just come in with the whole design. And then everyone used to think we're weird. It's like, why do you guys come to campus to go to class? I'm so kid. It was like, yeah, it's just what we like to do, And that was my second year. Second year, things got shaky.
Yeah, you're actually dripping now.
Hey, this got shaky. See, I'm starting to see life now. I'm starting to date. I'm starting to do things.
You still haven't got onto the event space on campus.
Like, not even on campus. There's a guy who used to work at Ripple schooling, so they'll bring the Ripple trucks and all these things and have like a thing, yeah, but I was like, I like what this guy's doing. I don't know what he's doing, but I like it, And then I started following another guy who used to be a BA for BlackBerry. I remember Student Village was like a huge thing on campus at one time. Student Village used to hire the campus kids. They throw these big things. And BlackBerry was still a thing. So the 1 year they brought, AKA, like Shizzling, AKA, not the Mega.
Not Super Meg.
The Tswada era. And they brought Kuli China. And I saw this guy on campus. His name was French. I was like, yo, bro, I don't know what you do, but I like this thing, And I'm a creator. This is what I do. I showed him a T-shirt design I had. I was like, yo, bro, I'm dropping these soon. I'm not funding. I'm not nothing. I just wanted him to teach me, like mentor me, show me the ropes. You know what I'm saying? So I started hanging out with him. He taught me a lot. He taught me how to kind of expand my ideas and my mind and how I think. Because he was in a brand perspective. That was like my first taste of brand, right? And then he left. He was doing his master's. And he left. Got a job at Nokia. And then they created a whole BA program. So when that came around, he hit me up. It was like, yo.
Shit.
Before Nokia, I was a BA for Nokia. Around the time they switched to Microsoft. They still had these other crazy phones.
Yeah.
So he became a brand manager. And then what's it? That's fun. Gather a team. You guys want to push these Nokia phones on campus. This is your thing. I was like, yes. I came to my mom. I was like, yo, lap I'm not getting paid, Jad. You get a stipend. I was like, it's just like, dog. It was like, Joe, okay, my first taste of brand. How far can I take this, right? So I did that. I got a team. It's so crazy how everyone's doing that. Everyone now that you look, like everyone that was in that team is like really doing amazing. So we got a team.
Who was in the team?
It was Kendra. It was the Brissett twins.
The models.
Yeah, Chad and Keelan, the Brissett twins. It was my younger sister and myself. That's about 5.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was only 6. So we'd push these phones, create different ways of pushing the phone. I remember we had a selfie day on campus where we'd go around to kids, show them the phone, they'll take a selfie. It was like a whole thing. It was cool. That ended, right? When I was doing that, I met this guy called Grant. I used to see him, but I was like, yo, let me speak to him now. So we spoke him. He's like, yo, Fetsu, this is my energy. I used to be around when he was doing events in Oshamakani, help him pack up afterwards. I was just being helpful, just to try to see what I can learn or you know what I'm saying? 2015. Lapho nginemlenze ibhadi. I ain't focusing on nothing but this, This guy's like to me, bro, I'm leaving. Yeah, I'm done. I'm saying I graduate and I hamp. Do you want this job? I was like, hell yeah. What? Yeah. He's like, okay, cool, sharp. It's you and 3 other people on campus that want the job, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, come to a gateway. There's like a recruitment day thing, so the brand gets to see you guys outside of the interview. I missed that for an exam. I had actually this was me that day. Did I go write this exam or did I go here?
Which you're gonna fail.
I've been to class in maybe 2 months. I was like, let me go here. Let me just do the right thing.
Yeah.
I missed this recruitment day. In my head, I'm thinking, I know it's done for me. It is what it is. But this bro was actually fighting for me with the brand. He was like, yo, it's fine. You missed this, but just come to the interview. It's fine. But when you come to the interview, show up. So I took the interview. I think I lied to my parents. I said I got an interview at a psych firm or something. You know, they shot me off. Like, bro, I've lied to my mom so many times. It's insane.
Hey, we all do,
bro. It's insane, right? So I go to the interview.
Yeah.
Okay, Shapo. They maybe wait for like a week, 2. This is like end of November, going to summer. A week or 2, I wait. So I'm like, maybe I didn't get it. So I know if to come, we have an event. Got it, bro. Come. I'm like, yo, I got the job. Yo, it's static, bro. I'm like, okay, now we're moving. Now that there's pay here, I'm getting paid here. I'm not doing things for free. Let's go. Sharp. Hey, I get in. It was difficult trying to adjust admin stuff, you know, like, because you had to do reports, you had to account for things, you had to do this, you had to do that. My first year was cool, sharp. I got into the brand and adjusted. I worked for that brand for 3 years. Second year, my first year, all I did was just try to connect with everyone, the DJs, the club promoters, the owners. I'm trying to connect with everyone. Like, I'd go to the club, give the bouncer 4-pack Red Bull, ang fight club in. I speak to every DJ and come on, no me, or NHG, or WAP, it's your guys, please come to campus. I got this thing going on. Back guy stock. I couldn't pay them. I told them I can't pay you, but you guys are connecting with a brand. I worked for a net brand at that level at that time, or 2012, 2013.
And you also get to grow your audience.
Yeah, you're growing your audience. That was my pitch. Like, I'm talking about Umchita is in the club trying to have a good time. I remember the first time I met Umich, she was trying to talk to a girl, but I'm here. I think it was off room. He just gave me like, yeah, whatever, sharp. No, but we brought. I started with the local DJs. Then I got to meet Olav, and I got to meet Hulu. Hulu, I met him via his partner at the time was Uchok. He was a crazy sneakerhead. It was like some Indian guy I saw in the club with a Pablo shirt. I was like, who are you? He was like, yo, white Kaza. I was like, oh damn, dog, nice shoes. We started connecting from there. We started talking about. Then I met Hulu. I was like, Hulu, dog. Like, yo, I'm on campus. I can push your events on campus. I can invite people. Just, you know, whatever you have, put me on. You know.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, yo, I don't have anything for you. Like, so I let that be sharp. I carried on doing the campus shows. I put everyone on campus. So, or Mitch, or Funky Soul, everyone just to come play on campus. Whenever I'm hosting like small things, but there was a sound. You know, I'd create things around those type of things. And then someone put me onto Nasty C.
This is way before
2014. This is 2013. This is Price City.
SA new.
This is Price City days. Some kid comes to me. He was my neighbor. He's like, yo, you need to bump this mixtape. This kid is fire. And I'm Zib. This is like 7 o'clock. I say in the campus, and like, okay, no, let me go download this thing. I play this thing. Hey, this kid was rapping. He was rapping. I sharp. I'm like, yo, someone connect me with this person. And then I got connected to Justin, his manager at the time. Oh, Mr. Williams with Justin. So I met Justin, I met Nasty. They came to campus. Shasha meeting, and I'm like, yo, it's nice to meet you guys. Had the these Jordans used to rap about that, the old ones they used to have with the green laces.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in Durban. It's like, yo, I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna push you on campus, dog. Like, whenever I have a show, come through, perform. And so you don't get anything out. Like, just let's do it.
Yeah,
bro. We did the first show. I was pushing it. It was a DJ competition that we used to have. We do the first show. He comes. Everyone looks at him. Like, like literally, this was people. It was like, okay, this is Witness the Funk Wang Niga days. This is Numusa days. You see how far back we go. It's those days. So
this is like. How many errors have you mentioned now?
Like, I've been through a lot of errors, eh? I've been through a lot of errors on the outside. Just watching.
No,
as
but
a fan.
You're not on the outside because you were pushing. Like,
I was trying to get in.
You were still
I was really trying to get in. It was those days. So the person I had was, then I connected with Arnold, A1 Wolf. So I brought him on campus as well. Ran Durban was still doing their parties at that time.
He was still like
big.
Wolfpack was
Wolfpack
huge.
days. So I know that performer Wang Nigga.
Still huge now.
He's living the life like a serene boy. I love it. I love Arnold's energy, man. Arnold has always just been himself, you know. So I know that performer Wang Nigga. Everyone goes crazy. Everyone knows the song. Yeah, boy, she's Witness the Funk days. I can get in there. Eric.
Eric Rush.
Yeah, Eric Rush. Everyone's just like, okay, sharp. That really, it was a few, maybe like about 20 on the side that knew his music.
Yeah.
And were like fans. I could sharp. I have other shows. And then the final of that event I was pushing, the DJ thing, Wakonu Switch. Switch was
Switch was still dropping records
yeah,
at that time.
This is how
I think
that record came about. That's how the record came about.
Yeah.
So Switch was a special guest judge for this competition. Sharp necessary to perform was necessary. A1 came with Gemini. They did their thing. Necessary was late. I think it was like late. I was like, no, wait, please. Like and I was like, yo, this kid has to get you. I feel again, perform. He rapped. Switch was just like, yo, who's this kid? Like necessary. And then Arnold did the whole intro. And then how next thing I'm seeing how there's a video out. I'm like, oh, all right, cool then. We're rocking. All right, the video came out, the song came out, and then I don't see him for a month. Like I don't see him for a bit, right?
Obviously, because the competition is over, right?
Yeah, competition is over.
Yeah.
Saying Pushan just isn't there like on campus, none. And then his manager hits me up again. He's like, yo, bro, something big's about to happen. I want to do this thing now. So whatever we can plan to cook up in jail. Okay, cool. Then I cook up, then I go online and look at my Red Bull sessions. It was like the Red Bull couch sessions. So people will sit down, and then we guys talk about the music. I was like, I need one for this kid. Yeah, so that happens sharp. And then at this point, I think I met Benny. At this point, Benny Maverick, and it was just like, yo, I'm pushing Good Sunday. I'm trying to bring it back to the kids. This is like Good Sunday, say outdoors. Like I remember I used to hustle 100 rand just to buy a ticket. Just to buy tickets. I'm sneaking alcohol or whatever. Like it was just I'm trying to bring back Good Sunday to the kids. What can we do? You know? He actually came to me. What I liked about Upen, which is why we still have a dope working relationship, is he was in a position to. It was in such a position where he was doing society and to come to a campus and talk to me, and not say what's that mean. He came to me, you know. No feel they came to me. They're like, yo, yeah, society ngapa, Good Sunday ngapa. Let's work. Let's see what we do. Right, trap. Let's go back and let me know what we can do. I went back. I was like, yo, you know what you need to do? You start selling tickets on campus at a student rate, right? So the ones that you guys have a copy ticket, keep those. But it can't pass in. You need to sell those. So I spoke to the guy at Dems and I said, you would get 10 rand off every sale that we make.
Off of the tickets.
Yeah, off of the tickets. And we started selling Good Sunday tickets on campus. That was no one does that. It was for me. It was like it goes back to me saying I've always wanted to create access to Intwana. For me, it's always the kids. It's always the kids first. Yeah, bro. So let's success. Let's sell tickets on campus. Let's activate. So whenever you guys have an artist society, bring them to campus. Before, so book them an early fight. And then do how there's Wednesday and Friday we do 12 to 1. So that's when that started off. Okay, sharp. And then we did a big one. Big Good Sunday activation was for Kukona Masama Tegwin.
Oh shit.
The summers were in Durban. So a friend of mine at the time, Musanda, was really cool with Family Tree. I was cool with him as well. I met him via Good Sunday. So it's just like, yo, bro, let's do something. So at that time we brought Casper on campus.
I think I saw the video of that.
Stilo, Major League Twins.
Jam-packed.
It was packed like this. It was this. We actually made that thing into a concert. I call it This Is Real Life. It was because this is like, when you look at it, it's like, it's not real, but I'm like, this is real life, you know. And then we did that. That was crazy. And then everyone else started picking it up in other cities. They started hitting me up like, yo, we here. What can we do? Yeah, that I'm just like and I'm pushing Red Bull, but I'm building my brand.
Let's get a minute. I'm supposed to
oh wait, let's get it. Bang Osh. You can then kick me out.
Is it something else?
No, because you were getting exclusion.
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, Bang Osh. What's saying? Come on now. And at the brand, you had to be in school to study to work there. So the brand thought I was in school, but I wasn't. I was still trying to push, like I really did. That year, that was the same year, and then we did MT, then we did Ambitious. Ambitious came to campus. It was MT, Saudi, Pretty Ugly, Miss Pro. Then we did that. Then at that point it was crazy. I did a Migos activation no Lvee, where that lap of foods I did a rap competition, so it was just battle rappers. And then we get to like studio time, nan. There's a guy too. I don't know if you know Super Bond.
No. Yeah, man.
Super Bond.
Know him.
You need to check
I need
Super.
to get on the Super Bond.
Super Bond.
Yay.
Bro, that dude is nice. Like he's nice.
Does he rap in vernac?
He raps in vernac and English. Like he's like his OG rap with the bars, the punchlines.
Is he on iTunes?
You find him on YouTube. You find him like on SoundCloud. Yeah.
No, okay.
I owe that guy. If it's Super Bond, I apologize. I owe that guy. That guy won that competition, but it got so crazy. I never got him in studio time. I need to get him in studio time. That dude is really dope. And at that time, the monks I was still trying to hustle.
Maybe we can hook him up here on the GNPS. Since
Tiny
says it's nice.
He's really blind with Lamchi. We do that activation for Migos. And then I hit my last year. This is my third year. This is my third year doing this stuff, right? So there's a job position opens up at Red Bull for culture specialists. So it's basically the guy used to work in the brand where Shay Culture does all the culture events. Yes. I wanted that job because I was like, yo, if I get into I've been doing so much for Indwana with no budget. Now if I have budget, we're all gonna win. You know? So I did the interview, I went through the process. They didn't give me the job. Shit. And I was actually telling a friend of mine who works there now, and see, you guys did to me what Nike did to Ye. You know what I'm saying? They thought I was joking. Where it's like you've done so much stuff and produced so many things. Why can't I move forward? You know? Like it's like you hit the glass
role
ceiling.
I deserve.
Yeah, it's like I hit the glass ceiling. I'd capped my position as an SPM. I capped it. I've done more than most of the SPMs that we're doing in other regions. Like I've clocked it. Now, when the position opens up for you to give me that, I get sidelined. Shit. You know, I was like, I never understand. I still don't understand that. We're still cool with everyone else, and they still book me, but I never understood that. You know, so my job, my third year, 7th Uped. At that time, my girlfriend of 4 years had broken up with me. My best friend passed. Maverick Mal. I don't even know the DJ. It was a DJ in that car crash. Yeah, one of my best mates. He was one that actually helped me move out the house. No cousin Waka and his commune, you know.
Oh, it's his cousin.
Yeah, it's his cousin. Yeah, like that. But his cousin we weren't that close, but he knew about me. So we became really, really close. We're still friends to this day. So he passes. I lose my job. I'm gonna spend, man. I'm homeless. I've been kicked out of 2-3 places now. Quite long. I felt like stuff something ngaphandle, you know. And then I go back to Khulu. It's Khulu, bro. I need a job, bro. Like I'm at Khulu. Okay, cool, sharp. Let's try you out at the office. I'll pay you 6K. I'm like, damn. Okay, cool, sharp. I'm here.
Shout out to Khulu, man.
Khulu's like, yo, let me hire you. This is December. So we created a campaign where it was like based on the 444, but it was 333. It's 3 venues, 33 parties. So it made sense, 333. Yeah, well, I couldn't work in the office, dog, because I was rocking at night. Then I had to wake up in the morning and come to work. I was like, dog, let me just make you a host. Food no by host Nakona was a mistake. We were in the club with the promoters and myself, and we were just chanting. I was just chanting. I was going in. Yeah, bro.
This is during Groove or?
During Groove. Yeah. I was just going in. And the host that corner was late. So Khulu's wife now was like, oh, V, go ask for the mic, Lapan. Yeah, bro. I Mikey. I do it on the mic.
What's the first thing you say?
What was the first thing I said? I don't know what I said. I don't remember what I said. I was too in the moment. Yes, I inside Mikey. I will go in because when I was hosting my own event. I inside Mikey would go in. I will lapo shouting with these girls. We're just going in. Monday at 10 Lvee ngoba ngathi kuyahlula ukusebenzela e-officeini because you rock Thursday to Saturday. Let me just make you a host. I was like, ish, I don't know. No, trust me, just do it. It's okay. As long as I'm getting paid and I'm working, you know it is. I didn't know what it was. Then I went back and I did my research. I was like, okay, cool, this is how you host. So I looked at guys in the States. I looked at YouTube things. I looked at Joburg guys. This was the time, when I was out, I used to look up to, who's this bro? The guys that used to host back in the day. Not the Dynasty, the other bro. Ooh. My God, man, this bro, he's amazing at his job. From Durban.
Hey, shit. Bro.
No. Man, I remember, but he's dope. I used to see them, they used to host. And I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. Now I know and host them, you know, like, yo, welcome to the party, 47th. Before it was Rich, it was 47th. It was like, yo, welcome to the party. I did that for the summer.
When did the hosting culture start in the clubs? Or was it since the beginning?
It was the same area, Makakul.
When Bed Center was
hip hop, yeah, when hip hop was being played in the club, when niggas started moving to the club, because most of the clubs, if you remember, always house.
Yeah,
and you have like one hip hop DJ. Like Phil used to play house.
Mini hip hop ngangazi sidlala Bed Center.
Phil used to play house, and then he moved to hip hop because he needed a hip hop DJ. He transitioned. It wasn't there at the time, but at the time when it was anthem time, it was Ladlam Shunglis' time. Yeah, it's recent. It's like now. But Dynasty we've been doing it for years. Dynasty was a DJ and a host. So he brought that thing. For me, I always look at it like they brought that thing. If you're a DJ, you used to host your own sets. Just so people
to hype up the crowd.
Yeah, because it was like a foreign thing, I think, at that time. And then I hosted 47 that summer. It was amazing, bro. Like first time hosting. It's only right. I'm getting paid.
You don't need to pay to get in the club.
Yeah, I don't pay to get in the club. I think I stopped paying to get in the club when I started working at Sunday.
Do you still pay for your drinks at this point?
No. Shit. I buy it.
You're right in there, boy.
You buy it, but you don't buy it at the price that you other people
everyone
buy
is
it.
buying.
Yeah, you do buy it. And then at that time, the following year, I did the Shane Eagle tour. So I started moving on to tours now. So I started moving on to tours where I got into my campus shows, and then I was still pushing them, but even I wasn't working for the brand. So I did the Shane Eagle Yellow tour. That was fun.
Oh, so you're still using your old content?
Yeah, still using my old content. Yeah, still using my. SLC, they used to love me. SLC, the three presidents there, they love me to this day. Like, you click, they call me up. They know, they love me. I did the Shane Eagle tour, and that was dope. I'm feeling myself. I'm like, yo, shit, I'm the guy. I bump into Anatii's photographer. And you tell you a crazy story. This is
the one we've been waiting for. After this, no more thing, I cliche my camera.
I bump into Temba. Yeah. Temba was Anatii's photographer at the time. Temba, I took me na bro. Spencer was dope. We hang out, chat. You know what I fell in love with the album. Yes. This is when Anatii was still rocking shows, like really, really rocking. Yeah. It was Aunantloni. It was what was that other single? It was that album we did with AKA about that era. Be careful what you wish for.
Don't forget to pray.
Yeah. It was that era, right? I fell in love with the album. Yes. I love that album.
Yeah,
to
that's
this
a dope
day,
album. Actually, Anatii is one of my favorite artists.
Amazing piece of work.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? Let's do the show. Anatii show. Before I do that, I consult. So we were on our way to Richards Bay. Me, Benny, Sibs, Mtoro from Jägermeister now. Sibs, Jallybird, and Benny. All in the car, we're going to Richards Bay. Benny's got a gig. And we all went. All right, cool. I'm in the car. I'm like, in the car, I'm busy playing his album. I want just suggest. I want just I'm plugging the album, playing the album. You know what I'm saying? I really want to do this show. The guy's like, nah, don't do it. It's not gonna work. I'm like, why? The music is dope. The reception is there. It's like, he's rapping in clause. It's not gonna relate. We can't relate. Most people can't relate to the album just because of the language barrier. I'm like, I understand everything he's saying, even though I'm Zulu. But don't do it. I took it as niggas are challenging me. Then we're going in. I took that then we're going in. It's fine. I'll show them. Lapo, I'm not sponsored. I have nothing. All I had was a venue because I knew Arnold.
Yeah.
I'm using my own money that I'd saved. Okay, cool. I pitched this idea to Temba. Temba takes it back to Anatii. It's like, okay, no, cool. Let's do it. We've never done something like this. I put a dope proposal with all the stuff I've done. Let's do it. Sharp, boom. I fly up to Joburg, go to Anatii's house. First time meeting Anatii, like have an interaction. We have dinner, we shop it up. I meet his whole team. Yeah, let's go back grand, we go out. Nah. I put up the tickets on what's that? What's not computer ticket? What's that other thing?
Web ticket.
Yeah, web tickets. I put up the tickets a month before. I'm thinking end of the month, like we would have moved, like because I had a whole promo team. I even had a promo team, bro.
Shit.
That were charging me. I think I had a group of 10 people that were charging me 1,000 rand.
You on the ball, son.
With my own money, you understand? I have no sponsors. This is my first shot at an event. I had no sponsors. I checked. We sold 20 tickets.
How much is Anatii's booking fee at this point?
Anatii's booking fee at that point was 8. 8. It was 8 at that time. Yeah, 8. I remember it was 80, and then if it's AKN together, it was 150. If they come together. But I didn't pay the booking fee. It was like an agreement. We still didn't sign anything.
Yeah.
Lucky enough. We didn't sign any papers, no contracts, no nothing. But it was just like a mutual agreement.
Yeah.
Okay, sharp. We sold like 20 tickets. They were wrong. This thing's gonna work. I'm sure of it. I was hella % sure. I was like, this thing's gonna work. The show comes. Who said he can help me with the booking for accommodation. I to book Zimbabwe, ngimkhokhele leyo mali. Sends me a fake POP. We get to Zimbabwe, there's no booking. Lapho it's Anatii and his whole team. Anatii's been there since like 9 a.m. because we had radio. Ukhathele ulambile, he's grumpy. That was the first issue. I didn't have accommodation for Majid. Lapho I'm scrambling, I'm trying to cook. I just about Pukele Pine Town at some hotel in Pine Town. The way I don't have money, I don't have budget. Dude, I don't have budget, bro. Ngifuna Mitch, bro. Bro, I'm struggling. At that time, I was still doing stuff for Yatin as well. I was a host at Yatin. Mitch, please, bro. Please speak to Uchik. I've ate to guys that has got a connection at Suncoast Hotel. It's the Majid about 8. It's like, okay, sharp. I told Chica, no, fine. He calls, I was like, no, fine. This is what's in my room. It's thank God. Man, feel like pan ata match that about share. How?
How many rooms do you have?
8. Number rooms are 4. 2, 4, 6, 8. 4.
2.
And that wasn't gonna share sharp. I'm a room out 4. Bala. Lapho it's I'm outside of the parking lots with Anatii. I'm gonna do a live video now telling people that you messed up this whole show. It's your fault I'm not performing. Gahamba in a manch. So I take the last flight out and Gahamba manch. But he was shot. Yo, I've never seen that nigga shout, dog. He was going in. His whole team was just like, yo, bro, you like, yo, I cried. I cried some cheat. Like I cried, like tears.
Yo.
I really, really believed in this thing. Like this thing is gonna work. I really, really believed in it. So they sleep the one night. I thought Jigga booked for like the weekend, but he only booked for one night. So like saying they had to check out. Abba's born. Now I'm like saying, so I know, but check out the band. Imagine now going back and saying that the day of the show.
You've managed to convince them to stay.
Stay, yes, Bashad. Yeah,
and now in the morning
there's another problem. Bump. And then Lapad organized like a meet and greet dinner with the manager Etashazi. We were cool, like no we did a whole invite meet and greet with the influencers just to hype up the show. The night before that, he never went to that because we were still arguing about accommodation. Next day, I have to tell them like, yo, I pulled the manager aside. I was like, yo, Petso, you guys are gonna have to check out today. Yes. I saw that. I was like, yo, I saw that. I was like, yo, I saw that. Don't worry about it. No, just tell them to calm down. Just take your stuff and then they send me moving somewhere else. Bro, it's insane, bro. I had to find another accommodation. I couldn't find it. I was like, yo, bro, I can't find accommodation. My ticket sales, I put 10,000, and that's like, I thought about 50 or 40, 10,000.
Wait, you had sold?
We had sold like maybe 40 tickets.
40 tickets.
And we were at the warehouse. The warehouse takes like 150, 200 people. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had sold like 40 tickets. Day of the show. I tried to Hesali, and then I was honest. That's Arnold. It was a number to accommodation and I'm your cooking accommodation. I think it's Arnold. I'm trying and the dog wilds out. Yeah, boy. I now might lose. I'm like, I want my son cat. I'm try that. Hey, son cat. Yesterday was cool. I want man just try that. Hey, I was like, I try that. I've had some concentration at out since fine. They'll book another place. But book the Pearls. His uncle. I book the Pearls. But no,
and that's his uncle.
Yeah, but we'll send you the bill. We'll book our own flights back. Oh, I hadn't booked my flights back home.
You did?
My flights up the move. I'm leading my show.
Oh,
to
shit.
book the flights, you know. I don't book the flights home. We'll send you an agreement. We sign. We success the money you owe us. It's okay. Sharp. I got over it. Show happened. I'm clearly man.
While the show was happening,
I got about it in the venue. Sibs came and he paid for a ticket, so I appreciate him. Jelly paid. He came. He paid for a ticket. Anyone else? I'm trying my neck is about 200. I'm going to cog. Because I told influencers, plus like one get 1 + 1, and then I was desperate, so I had to hit up another group of promoters. Didn't work, bro. Show happened. I went about 30. Was a bomb. Whack show. I messed up that show. Then what happens? After the show, I told them, nah, if it's no bad blood, let's go to. I play the show. I gotta go host it as a singing clan man. The driver will take you guys home to where you guys staying. I'm going back to the club.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. I'm done. Bang for Nell. About to know, dog. They wanna come to Azar. Can you sort out something? Yeah, bro. I speak to the owner. It's saying, what can you do? So I'll do 1 bottle. Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Hi. Did these guys not get there thinking it's something else? They ordered 2 champagnes, 3 more bottles, a Red Bull. They had like a bill, like 10K. Yes. Give Bugalent, because I'm hosting and I go check on them. Give Bugalent. Just doesn't add up. I spoke about 1 bottle. It doesn't make sense to me.
Does the owner like Anatii so much?
Yeah. I go back with my nights. I feel with Sima. There's a lady who works on the club called Sima. Indeed.
Yeah.
Fair net bill, send me the speed machine. Who's paying? Buga me na food. I'm like, no.
Everyone with the person with the speed point is looking at you.
No. Sima
niggas
knows me. So she's like, Lvee, tell these guys they have to pay their bill. Gibacha success. Nah, I pay that. So, no, but you're sorting this out. I'm like, no, I'm not sorting this out. You didn't talk to me about that. I know you're sorting this out. Like, nah. It becomes a big thing again, man. It's like a huge argument in the club about who's paying. Because you're not getting hand by club paying. He's saying the owner comes. I'd say, Lvee, you're not gonna pay for this bill. These bros must pay. The management was on my side because I told him like we spoke because he said no, we had a conversation. I'd say what's wrong, and I said the exact same thing on the phone.
To them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything else was a cockhead that you're adding.
Yeah.
It became a big thing. It's now this guy's security wants to hit me. My oaks at the back now saying, "Say," like it became like a thing. Funniest thing, we're having this argument. You know, Sibs la, Charlie Bird. Sibs walks past, does this, comes back. What's going on here? I wasn't in. Because that's a matter. Talk to this bro. Come on. I'll pay for it.
Shit.
That's Lvee, I'll pay for this bill. Go home.
Damn. Shout out to Sibs, man.
I'll pay for this bill. Why can't I bear of it? He really paid for it. Like, I don't know why or what it was. Because Nganga span now. We hadn't, he just known me through Good Sunday. Yo, you sorted that bill out. That was the worst. After that event, I never did events till like a year ago.
Damn,
Like I never wanted
Lvee.
to put my name on an event. Ngayifenesa la situation fenesa kwakwazi kwaphela. Till this day, whenever I don't see him anymore, but I bump into him like once. It's always like, dog, I apologize so much. Like I really believed in what I was doing, but I didn't have the resources or the structure. You know, I didn't have that, but I thought I did. I thought I knew better. I didn't, which is that's not lab. Now when I get into things, I really need to make sure what's it and have the right support and the right structure. Yeah, bro. And I did this with my own money. Yeah, bro. I still, if I look at equality to pay, promoters after the show, promoters Monday morning, my promote. The guy who drove them with the H1 from 6,000 my promoters from 5,000 I didn't make no money from the show. I made zero. I scrambled enough money to pay the promoters because I don't want them to badmouth me on Twitter. I think the last promoter I paid was Uzi, and she was like threatening me, like, yo, we're gonna drag you, A, B, C, D, F, G. Yeah. She was calling me day in and day out, everything. You told me like I'm cokehead. The H1 guy, I'm cokehead. This is like a show from like 2016. Yeah, 2016. This was like an old show. I ran away from that guy for like a good year.
Jogging, your life is a movie.
Every 6,000 for a good year. I'm balagela. I blocked him everywhere. I changed numbers. Jay, I'm fit now. Then he bumps into me at the club. So I was my other hosting gig. I hosted Epin Lounge downtown. So they used to pay me like 500 rand. Ang bambe corn. I thought it's in Lvee events. We out here me. God, you should have communicated now. We would have made the situation much better. Yeah, bro. I would say, so this bottle la sell a dates. Let's say that. What's just give me a bottle. I got him a bottle. Sell his dead.
Hey.
That guy still drives artists till this day. Like he's sponsor. I'm honest because I had him for Shane Eagle, but we paid him properly. Then I had him for Anatii. Now he drives AKA like sponsor. Yeah, bro.
So that one event could have jeopardized all these relationships.
Everything else that I've done up to this point. And the thing is, bang chair not to do it. I was stubborn. I was young and stupid. They told me not to do it, you know. But my character is, I'm. Everything for me is a competition. I have to win, you know. I don't play for keeps. Like it's just who I am, you know. And then I really thought these guys were like saying to me, like, you can't do this, or you're young, or whatever. But by being tipis, I took it like that. I took it in a different way. Which is now when I communicate things, I can communicate things better with people that want to get into events. It's like you like uglalela and just literally actually soaking in information. You know, they've been doing it longer than me. I didn't look at all those things. Open and Sibs have been doing it. They run million rand companies. And I messed up that show, bro.
Shit. Wow. That's a very interesting story. It actually is one of the most interesting stories I've heard. Yeah.
Bro, it's insane.
So now, I mean, obviously you've been through all those trials and tribulations and all those learning curves. Now you're at a point where you're much grown. You've been doing this. I saw the other day. I think you launching your new clothing brand.
I'm going into what I really like or love in a sense. Bro, I've always wanted to do fashion. This whole stuff was just to get my foot in the door. Like it was just to get my foot in, you know. Because someone told me, I would say, you get big enough to a point where you can do anything. No one can question what you do. You get to that point in your career where it's like, what you work so hard about some questions when you do something.
Yeah.
People start questioning you when you knew. It's like, okay, cool. Like let's say I did eventing for a year. Next thing I'm a rapper, I'm a DJ. People was just like, that's kind of weird. But if you're doing it for long, you can transition to certain things.
Yeah.
Where it's like now I'm okay with events. I'm okay with hosting. I love it. I'm dope at it. But I need to push it more. you know. So with clothing, I love clothes. Like I used to skip how I used to hang out at Inscape at my sister's lectures. Well, she was studying fashion and go hang out there and see how to pattern cards. Yeah, pattern cards, see if it's the design prospect. That's what I like, you know. And then now, I've always found a reason not to do it. Like I always made an excuse in my head. I tried it once before in college. I did I had like a whole idea for like a presentation. I'm gonna try like a kids in art gallery where like we have the teas and like frames, and it was like all this dark energy. It was like inspired by my Dark Twisted Fantasy, yay. But I plenty of paper at some dodgy place. Okay, I had like this crazy artwork, ne? Okay, printed my artwork on a paper as a rejects from another company. He added my image and the writing lap, and it was it's what's this thing? It's not screen. It's the battle clock heat press.
Oh,
it was heat press. So you know heat press when you're in the sun, it's hot.
Yeah,
it was that. Dog, my wash it crinkles.
Crinkles.
Lap I made 30 teas. Na my hood. Up it done. I was supposed to do like a whole thing. I had like really crazy flyers. Like I really wanted to do it. And that thing just discouraged me. I was like, nah. Now, huh? Oh, my cousin, my car,
we're rocking it.
It's keep us so glad, you know what I'm saying? A friend of mine was just like, just drop it as a like a, and I was like, find an angle around it. I was like, nah, bro. So now, with the whole COVID thing and not working, this year basically, but we've been working for 2 months now. During the lockdown, I've always wanted a store. My plan was to open up a shop. The store was going to be a space for us create like podcast. Instead of doing it here, you do it at the store. I know that every Saturday will come in. It was a space for that.
Yeah.
If you're a makeup girl, come to your YouTube thing in the space. If you're a rapper, come launch your EP la, listening session la. You're a photographer, come do your presentation here. You just shot a new video, come do it at the store. That's what the store is about. Yeah, bro. And I called it. It's called Just an Idea, which is the company name, which is literally what it is. It's just an idea.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's a dope name, bro.
You know, it's literally that's what it is.
That's a dope name.
It's just an idea. So the store was around sneakers, but also this play of us having like a safe space for creatives to come and do stuff.
Bringing back the feeling that you got when you were at that center.
Yes, that's what I wanted. That's what I want, what I'm going to do, you know. And it was also my most important thing was ukufundisa young brands how to stock for a store, you know. We're so one-of-ones and we're making things now. Intwana as well as would see how do you work around buying product for a store and all these other things, right? For me, it's always weird. I would see Edgar's, Woolworths, or Mr. Price aren't stocking young designers stuff. Like tell we don't have that. Yeah, well, so I'm seeing Intwana Leon to say, come stock your stuff here, mix your stuff with the Supremes and the Nikes and whatever else is. It's at that level. So you look at your brand now in that perspective, what's I'm as dope as
it's on the same floor as
a
Puma.
Yeah, and I'm saying because there's product that we never get, we never get to see unless you see it online, because we miss the drops. Or brands look at it say as backwards, or there's no sneaker culture, whatever excuse they make, you know. So that Stolo was for that, you know. And then COVID happened, and then I couldn't find a sponsor, I couldn't find a backing. No one wanted to buy into it. Like no one. Like I went to so many people. Like I knocked on so many doors, and all I wanted was a measly 200,000. I said it's me, but I knocked on so many doors. You know, because I've done so much. I know so many people, but when it comes to this, people don't understand. No, like I mean, when I say no one wanted to buy into it. Okay. You know, and it was just you'd have meetings with people. They'd say, yeah, sharp, we get it, let's go. And then something better comes on and they take that, you know. So for me, I sat with this idea. I was like, fuck, you know. And I told myself, and I woke up one morning, I was like, you know what? Once we open, let me take this show money I do and go start something. They'll see. They'll catch on saying, yeah. So literally, I'm taking my own money and I'm making these clothes. Because I have a very, very particular taste when it comes to like fabrics and nan all these things. I was like, you know what? Instead of me complaining and finding an excuse to go beg someone for money, let me use my own money. We'll see how it works out.
So
now I'm lucky enough that someone actually said to me, "Don't use your own money." Me.
Oh, so you actually found?
Yeah, I found someone.
Hey, shout out.
I found someone who's like, I pitched it to him. I was like, "Yo, bro, this is what I'm doing. Why boy now?" And now we've got a small studio space in Nomchita Musiabulela, who's also a designer. He actually.
Oh, is that where you were saying we must come and shoot?
Yes.
Okay, we'll shoot the next one then.
You know, with him, Petu, it's such a weird blessing that I bumped into that kid because he's the one who inspired me to go back into clothing. Whatever you want to make, it's a Wednesday. And then I did the two-piece, and it was fire.
Yeah. Or the two-piece.
Yeah. Two-piece, what's it? Dog, let's do something, Petu. I can find you someone who's a founder. Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit, no, let's do it. Science. And now it's like I'm trying to figure it out. You know, I think doing clothes and doing eventing is almost kind of similar. It's just with the clothes, it's just how you, for me, it's mostly about presentation and the story I tell. That's the most important thing. The story for me is the most important thing because the story that I tell behind these clothes is gonna kind of just, I want you to connect with it more than anything else. Yeah, bro. And I'm just really having fun with it. Like someone asked me, I think I did something for Move Hip Hop.
Yeah.
And they asked me like, what's my process? I'm like, I don't have a process, but I'm just going with feeling.
Hey.
I think that's the best way.
I guess that's always been how you approach things.
That's mostly how I approach things. I just go with feeling, you know. I think I was watching something where it's like, they asked Diddy, how was it like making Ready to Die? The big album. Like, how was it like producing that? He was like, it's like jumping out of an airplane.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, because it's the concept of fear. We that's the thing that holds us back the most. Being afraid of doing things or what people are gonna say or how people are gonna feel about it. Do it and then they'll whatever else happens. That's the one thing. That's when I put aside, when I did that Anatii show, I did it out of no fear. That's the feeling I kept from that situation. Yeah, bro. Always like just do things with feeling. They mean more.
Yeah. It's
calculated, but it feels right in a sense. Yeah, bro.
Yeah. No. Wow. Tiny, I think we're out of time. Do we have time? Do we still have time? How much more time can we have? I mean, like, I still want to talk to the man, dog. That's what I mean. Okay. I don't want it to cut. Like, rather we end it nicely. Because Lvee are right now.
No, I'm not going.
He's right here in Durban. And I'd really love to come to your studio.
Yeah. Please do. We're still trying to fix it. I think we have like, I'm sure now 2 right now. We're getting another one on Monday. But it's like a really small space. I just want to like.
So when are you gonna have the space fully running for what you just?
We're already running it.
Oh, so it's already.
So
artists can hit you up if I'm an artist and I want to host a listening session.
Oh no, the space I have is just for manufacturing.
Oh, okay. So
the store is next year. Oh. I'm hoping I can get a prime location. I had already found a place. So they put up that fake Supreme store, like in that courtyard. It was really nice. So like I'm hoping, like the moves, the way we move as a unit kind of moves in that direction, you know. Because that thing, it's such an important thing to have at Tegwin. It's so important, you know. I get the restaurants and the clubs and these things that are opening up, but a space like that is so key.
It's very important.
You know, where it's like a focal point for culture, where you don't have to go far. It's right here, where there's a lot of
place where the culture can live.
There's a lot of amazing kids, but geographically, yeah, but and we'll never meet.
And there's no central hub.
Yeah, we'll never
you can
meet.
Go to you know.
Because
if I want to meet Lvee, like showcase
or Tiny or yourself, like we never get to meet because I'm not gonna ask you in the club. What do you do? That's not the space for that.
The time.
Like it's not the space for that. You know, I'm not gonna walk up to you. We shady guys having coffee. I'm like, yo, dude, you know what I'm saying? But lucky enough for social media, I can find you and be like, yo, you know, I like what you do. Let's go. But also for to bukhumbule. Followish.
Yeah. You don't want to seem like
we never want to follow people.
yeah.
I don't know what's the concept with that. Like it's
like
okay.
there's something wrong.
We want to follow people. Don't want to follow back, unless I know you or you're cool or whatever it is. And I have a gang load of kids on my DMs that say they want to MC, they want to throw events, they have this, they have that. I always tell them, if I can help you, I'll help you. I'll push your stuff, or I can give you advice. I can do this. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take anything out of you to just reply. Yeah, bro, and share that information. For me, that's the most important thing. It's like, bro, just that space was when I got into entertainment. I got into entertainment to bring in 10,000 other kids. It's me and like a gang load of kids. You know, when I open a store, it's for that. So those kids now have a space to live. You know, it's taking that step for everyone else. You know, I had to. I really believe there wasn't anyone who's into the culture who's in the main scene. Yeah, bro. Who thinks like us or even reads the stuff that we do on Hypebeast or High Snob or Ad Weekly or whatever it is, right? Because we're seen as like niche, like we're like a small
closed market.
I mean, I communicate the things I like. I like Reka Kubo. I like Murakami artwork. I like George Kondo. I like all these things that are like seen as like, hey, weird.
It's for certain people.
But I'm in the main market. I'm in the space, but I just like what I like. You know what I'm saying? and I want the kids to be like, it's okay. You don't have to change. You don't have to change your dialogue or your conversation just to fit in. No, come into it.
You don't have to be pantsola just because niggas are not catered for.
You know what I'm saying? I go to house events in my gear.
and being
in the sense of house niggas dress like niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Everyone dressed like niggas.
Everyone dresses like us now. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like when rappers didn't want to be called R&B niggas. Like when it was like a thing. Like when rappers didn't want to be called R&B niggas. The rappers is R&B niggas.
They didn't want to sing the most than R&B niggas.
You know? But it's that, bro. For me, it's I really want to break that space and have like a space where we're all comfortable. Like I always call it like a safe haven. Because it's like when we all can connect via danger, you know? Because I don't know how I bumped into your podcast, to be quite honest, because
it's probably you saw somebody that you know.
James.
Yeah.
Yes, James. James, I think, James had a thing. I was like, yo, this is so amazing. Why don't people know about this? Like, I was like, why don't people know about this?
They don't care, bro.
No, it's not that. Like, they will know about it. That's how I was even saying, let's see. When I saw that you do the rappy stuff, I was speaking to Apele Lizard, and they were just like, yo, we're speaking to Apele Lizard in the club, and he was just like, yo, it's so weird how entertainment guys and sports niggas are so disconnected.
Yeah, they're affiliated.
Yes,
they work somewhere across.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, yo, it's not like in America where OBG is called
Drake.
A Drake. You know what I'm saying? We should have that because those guys, my sports players, are on another level. They tap into a different market. I also Apele, how many times are on TV a week in a year? What's every day of the week? He's on TV and
Sharks TV.
You know what I'm saying?
Super Sport.
Like even when I first met Andy Petlawaro, and he would come to the club and they'll always give him shit. Like they'll never like, we don't know you. Like the guys at stopping, we don't know you. I'm just like, yo, this is
This nigga
it's a
plays
cricketer. Like
one of few blacks in the
like
team.
make it make sense to me. Like this is
Do you know how hard that nigga fought to get into the team? And you out here stopping him from getting inside the club.
I think I'm asked. They didn't know him. It's like, hey, we don't know him. And I had to always be like, yo, Andy the dog. I had to always say this thing. And like, yo, Lumchi David's blind. You guys add something to the world.
I guess
The people I the most, the club being, have not done what you guys have done for this country. But they have the biggest heads. Like, make it make sense. Like, make it make sense.
I guess it's all going to change now, because now we have people like you in those spaces who think like that.
It's like, for me, it's nezo long if you no the owner asked me, who's that? I had to go on Instagram in the club.
Really?
Like in the club and show him and like, yo, this is the guy. You know? Because it's always about, is he gonna spend? This nigga probably makes more money than 8-9 niggas here, and that's long money, not quick. It's long money. I really love for us entertainment guys and sports players to just connect, even on a brand level.
I'm with you on that one, bro. I'm with you, because you know, with everything that we see and we become inspired by from overseas, that's the one thing that I feel like it's one of the things that we need in order to just make this more lucrative or bring in more capital to play with. Because as soon as the sports stars link up with the guys in the entertainment industry,
they come with another bag.
And
they come with
they
more
also
money.
get access to another bag.
You know what I'm saying?
They can charge for appearances. I mean, if you were Sia Kolisi and you show up to a nightclub, you could charge a fee.
Bro, it's you know what I look at it as, like, sports players have, I think what also makes it a little bit tricky is because when you're a sports player and you go out too much, you get branded in a way, you know, where it's like, oh, you're a wild one or whatever.
NBA players,
yeah, NBA players.
Even
we had
EPL,
we have an experience.
Mason Greenwood and
yeah, true. We have, but we'll come with it now. You're looking at it over.
Oh shit!
It's but remember, we have a thing of Ikalcha.
Yeah.
So that's how.
You know
what I'm saying? Where people go out and, you know?
But if, see now, education, like you said, information. Bro.
Information.
People just need to know. If you're a sports star, you're at the club, it's not compulsory for you to drink, you know? And if you do drink, like, just bear in mind who you are. Yeah. Like, because that's another thing that I feel like that goes over our heads here in South Africa, is that guys in the public space or in the public's eyes, they don't understand who they are.
Yeah, true.
You know, so and you'll see that sometimes people end up behaving recklessly. Yeah. Yeah. This man is busy. We are fooling down.
Hello?
We need to wrap this thing up before it's too late.
Okay.
Otherwise, bro, thank you for coming through.
Man, I appreciate it. This is a dope chat.
I don't want to keep you for too long.
No, man, it's a dope chat.
I don't want to get the young kid. But again, round 2 is coming up soon.
Yeah, let's hope.
Preferably early next year. I'll either come to you or you come here.
Come to me. Let's take the show outside. First, why am I telling Afro Chicken?
About that.
But hopefully, if it's the next time we have a chat, we'll be in the process of getting the space. You know, we'll be in the process of if someone's watching, then please,
definitely. If you're watching,
please give me $1 million, and I'll make it work.
I got the money. Anything else you want to drop in closing?
All I can say, I appreciate you having me here. I appreciate you having me here.
Thanks for coming.
These things are really, really, really needed in the city, you know? You get to kind of see people in a different light, where it's like, it's not, I'm not on radio, so I don't feel like I have to, like, sugarcoat things or, like, say things, you know? You guys make it like it's cool to have these platforms, you know. Like they're necessary, you know. Don't look at it as a sense of. I know you just said like they don't love you. Don't look at it in that sense. It just takes time for Abantu to kind of, you know, move on to how the world is moving.
Things.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping I'm gonna throw some people at show on your side, yeah, to the show, and then
I know. We
really have.
We out here.
Have fun though. That was actually really cool.
Thank you, bro.
I appreciate you.
Shout out. That was a dope podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Tiny behind the camera for holding us down. The award-winning Tiny.
Hey, so I apologize. Put some respect on your name. My bad. I was wrong.
Otherwise, do the right thing. Subscribe, like, comment. Catch us next time. Peace.
That was fun, bro. Sheesh.
That was dope.